Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Anthony Galaviz. It's been 2 months since I last did a YouTube video talking about the Raiders. So my apologies. I can't believe I let it go 2 months not talking Raiders. Although I've been tweeting about the Raiders, been writing for the Yard Marker, giving my analysis about the Raiders. But here I am talking on the video again, and just want to touch base real quick on today. Geno Smith talked for the first time since joining the Raiders. They held a press conference. Everybody was wondering when he's gonna have a press conference. He finally did today, and you got to hear him with General Manager John Spidek and head coach Pete Carroll talking about joining the Raiders. And I just got done watching it. I had a busy day today, so I wasn't able to, transcribe quotes, post them on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. But I was able to watch it right now. And, when the Raiders traded for Geno Smith, I was kind of like pessimistic about it. Wasn't sure. He said everything right today, what you needed to hear. I really think this is going to work for the Raiders, especially with Tom Brady in his corner. Who else do you want to learn from than Tom Brady? The greatest quarterback of all time, I believe. And obviously all those years with the Patriots, they going on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the Super Bowl. Why wouldn't you want to learn from the best of the best? I think Geno Smith is going to relish that opportunity to pick Tom Brady's brain of what he needs to do to keep improving as he's about to turn 35 pretty soon. Talking about Geno Smith. Geno Smith, I feel, has several years left in him, whether it be with the Raiders, because I know he's signed an extension. But that being said, the Raiders still have a lot of work to do for Geno Smith on the offensive side. They got to get a running back. Who's going to be the running back? It's given that the Raiders are going to select a quarterback in the draft. Just no doubt about that. Question is it going to come at number 6? Don't know. We all don't know. For all we know, Raiders could move up to number 1 or 2, but that's highly unlikely. The Raiders also need a wide receiver. All they have right now is Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, the tight end Brock Bowers. And I know there's some other wide receivers, but, those are the two that come to mind right now. And the Raiders need to sign or draft a wide receiver. So, it's a given the Raiders are going to draft a quarterback, they're going to draft a running back, and they're also going to draft a wide receiver. Got to get a lot of help for Geno Smith. And also got to go offensive line. I was pretty impressed with the Raiders last year on the offensive line. But I think they could use more depth. But you need to surround Geno Smith with some high-quality athletes. There's some free agent wide receivers still out there that they can go ahead and sign. I think the Raiders will sign a free agent wide receiver at the conclusion of the NFL draft. But first, the draft. That's John Spidek's favorite. He likes to evaluate players. That's his number one forte is finding talent in the draft and homegrown athletes or football players. Excuse me. And Geno Smith believes in John Spidek and Pete Carroll. Both reunite in Las Vegas after spending many years in Seattle. Very successful for that matter. Playoffs. Win-loss records, something that the Raiders need to get going here because, the AFC West is not easy. We all know that. You got Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs, Chargers, Denver Broncos, who are looking good. They look pretty good as far as their free agency. But you don't win the Super Bowl with free agency. A lot of people talk about the Raiders not doing much at free agency. I was one of them, and I'm still kind of like wondering why didn't they go after some of these guys. But it makes sense because John Spidek is looking at the draft to get those players to help out the Raiders, homegrown football players. Something you need after losing a lot of players that were with the Raiders since they were drafted by the Raiders. But the talk today is obviously Geno Smith signing with the Raiders or finally to get an extension. He's excited to work with Brock Bowers. That's going to be his safety valve. That's going to be his go-to guy. We all know that. Jacoby Myers, can't say enough about him. Very sure hand wide receiver who's going to be leaned on a lot. And whoever the running back's going to be, I think Geno Smith's going to fit well with the Raiders. We, the number of years with Derek Carr, then you move on, and then you go to, it seems like forever already, and I'm forgetting names here. Jimmy Garoppolo, how that failed. And then, you talk about, these other quarterbacks that the Raiders had, Aiden O'Connell, who came in and started, down looking like he's going to be a backup, unless the Raiders I'm sure they're going to draft a quarterback. So we know there's probably going to be a quarterback competition backup, to Geno Smith, coming up in training camp. But I think there's a lot to be excited about. But I want to see what the draft looks like, how the Raiders will do there. Like I said, I really like. At first, I was against the Geno Smith acquisition, but now I softened up. Then I want to see how this turns out. And the Raiders need to have a big old jolt coming into this season. And whether it's this year or next season, I think the Raiders will dramatically improve. And I think that they're going to hit their, players in the draft, especially on the offense, to help Geno Smith. And let's not forget about the defense. Defense needs work too, especially at quarterback. It's pretty thin there too. And Geno Smith cannot, do it all by himself. He's going to need a lot of help. Yeah, Max Crosby, I know he's excited about having Geno Smith on the roster finally. And we all, are gonna, see the offseason workouts, starting up pretty soon. I think the Raiders get going on Tuesday, and then it just keeps going for the rest of the month, leading into June. So, again, finally got to hear Geno Smith today. I wonder how you guys feel about Geno Smith. Do you feel that he's going to get it done? We just gonna have to see what happens in the freaking NFL draft. Who John Spidek gonna select? And then also, like I said, I do expect the Raiders to sign some free agents, whether it be wide receiver. I'm sure wide receiver for sure. Whether it be Lockett's still out there, and then on defense too, maybe a Sante Samuel Jr. I don't know. So the Raiders need a quarterback. They got a lot of holes to fill, and that's going to happen in the draft. Then they'll sprinkle it out and look at the free agents and go there to help out Geno Smith, surrounded with talented players. And I think the Raiders, could make something happen here this coming season. So that's all I got to say right now. I just want to give a quick rundown of the Raiders today. Geno Smith talking in front of the reporters there in Henderson, Nevada. And I'm also going to make a habit of continuing this podcast on YouTube, so that way you guys get to see me, unfortunately, and talk Raiders. Because that's all I'm going to talk about, Raiders, on this channel. So hit the like, subscribe button. Want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about the Geno Smith? What do you guys think about what he had to say today? Let me know in the comment box, and I'm looking forward to see what you guys say. Again, my name is Anthony Alves, and I'll see you soon.